Okay, sheeple, you know what time it is. It's episode 4 of the Eternal Audio Diary. I'm Stevie. If you don't know me, hi. So, it is a healthy 3:46 a.m. on Sunday, November 10th, 2024. How are we feeling today, people? How are we feeling today, sheeple? Sheeple is so funny to me. I love saying that word. I don't remember where I first heard it, but I'm pretty sure it was in some movie. But then I really started saying it because I was watching the Broski Report with your host, Brittany Broski, the host of the Broski Report, starring your host, Brittany Broski. And she had a whole, I think she literally has an episode titled Wake Up Sheeple. And so I started saying it because of that, because in that, she was like, this Brittany is hilarious. But I started saying it more because of that. And I've been saying it quite a lot recently. And I think it's just so fun to say, wake up, sheeple. Wake up, sheeple. Anyway, how are we feeling? Feeling good? How's the live studio audience? Doing good back there? Great. Today on the pod, update. Update from last episode, guys. Last episode was a mess. Talked about the dog. I'm pretty sure I also talked about being left on red for several days within a week by a guy. And then I went into not too specific a situation that happened, but I did talk about it a little bit. And then I believe I did say that I missed talking to that person. And then I was thinking about texting him, but I wouldn't. I did text him. And you know what? Don't care. Argue with the wall. Don't care. I get my attention that I want. And let's just say it's definitely not the same as it was before. And I have put up a wall to him, but I still have someone to talk to. So, winning, and I'm still actively matching and talking to other people as well. But I always have him to fall back on, which is great, which maybe isn't the best move morally, but if y'all knew what happened, because I can't go into the specifics, but if y'all knew exactly what happened, I feel like everybody would pretty much be like, oh yeah, fair. Yeah, fair. Actually, pretty much everyone probably would say, why the fuck are you still talking to him? You should have just blocked him. But for those people who are like-minded, who get it, who want to be the girls, who understand the girls, they get it. Why am I out of breath? I just got out of the shower, shaved my face, feels awful. Hate the way my face feels after I've shaved it for when it's not super long. Because when it's longer, you get a full clean cut. But when it's kind of shorter and you shave it again, it really just puts it back to a really, really short stubble. So it feels awful. Feels just god awful. God, I hate it. But I don't want to ever let my beard get as long as it was again. On the topic of hair being too long, my hair on my head, my scalp growing from the follicles of my head, way too long. Way too long. Longest it's ever been. And I used to let it grow out in high school quite a bit. It's way too long right now, guys. Oh my god, I'm suffocating under it sometimes. It's way too long. I'm starting to get into a bob. It's starting to be a bob. If for others of you who need a visual comparison, it is starting to become a bob on my head. And it kind of curls outwards at the bottom too, so I kind of have the Coco Peru going on. It's crazy. It really is crazy. I need a haircut. Can't afford one. Can't afford the Uber to go get one. My life's falling apart. Struggling financially as usual. What can I say? Well, last episode I was talking about the dog, right? And this is a new topic about the dog that I have written down, so it's not necessarily it's correlated, but it's not something that I didn't want to talk about again. So something that I've noticed about him since we have had him for over a year now, is that when he goes out, and I don't know if this is I've never really had a dog do this before, which is why I think it's funny. It could be a pretty common thing amongst dogs, but dogs I've had, they don't typically do this. Oh my god, I'm disgusting right now. It is 4 a.m. Why am I like wired as shit right now? Holy shit. Okay. So when Silas is the dog's name is Silas. When he's outside and he's like getting walked to, take care of his business, when he decides to poop, most dogs you like hunch over and they kind of look around. He finds a spot that he wants to sniff, like in the grass. He finds a spot that he wants to sniff, and then he decides to like poop where that is. That way he can sniff it while he's pooping. And I think that is so funny because, like I said, most dogs just kind of look around or they like look away from like everything just because I don't know. Maybe it's like they don't really get privacy when they're pooping because somebody's watching them usually. But like most dogs kind of look away or will like look directly at you too and be like dot dot dot. But he is nose to the grass, sniffing whatever he was trying to sniff. And I think it's because he knows that he doesn't have too long outside, and so he's trying to multitask it. He's trying to do it all at once, that way he can get the full experience of being outside in like his little trips. Because I don't like he has a little patch. It's like a 2 minute walk from like where I take him, so he gets like 2 minutes there, and then I'll let him kind of linger and sniff around a bit, and then we'll come back. So he's out for anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, depending on like the weather circumstances and how long whoever's taking him out feels like standing out there. Which is why I said I think he needs a new home. Something I've talked about. Because he doesn't deserve that, but people are people, and whatever. Yeah, so I'll take him out there. We'll walk to the place, to his little poop spot, or wherever he decides to go. Sometimes he stops before we even get there, so sometimes that's why whatever. But he'll find an area, he'll be sniffing around, and then he'll find somewhere where he wants to sniff, and then he'll just like hunch over. He'll hunch over, he'll like get up, he'll pick his nose up, hunch over, and then he'll go back to sniffing. So he's like fully like a rainbow shape, sniffing the ground and pooping at the same time. And I just think that is so funny. Like, it's just like imagining like a human like on the toilet, like with their like head, like, which I think actually is better for you if like your knees are, or I guess that's your knees up, not you bent down, but like just like bent over, like head towards the ground, like you're fully between like your phone's on the ground and you're just like scrolling. Like, I don't know. I think that's funny. But maybe that's just me, and that's just something I'm weird. But I just wanted to. Does anybody else's dog do that? Comment below. By the time this goes out, if not this episode, if not by episode 4, by episode 5. I want to say by episode 6 for sure. I'm giving myself to episode 6 to create a DistroKid account and get the episodes uploaded on all platforms instead of just YouTube. So that will happen soon. That way you won't have to sit through YouTube and get anything like that. We'll be getting it on those apps and other platforms soon. Don't know when yet, but soon. So yeah. At this time, by the time this comes out, it'll be several weeks after, but just uploaded a Halloween collab Minecraft skin thing with a couple of people that are part of the Minecraft drag community. And if you don't know what the fuck Minecraft drag is, it's exactly what it sounds like. The art of drag, the hyper femininity and the characterization of basically humans and sometimes other creatures, but the like over drasticalization, is that the word? Like the making it very dramatic and very elegant. But in Minecraft skin form. So it's that. There's like a whole community on like Instagram and obviously Minecraft itself and Twitter and what have it. And there's so many Minecraft Drag Race seasons that you can watch. There's a Craftula season, which is like Dragula, but in Minecraft. There's so many different areas that you can find Minecraft drag at, and I think it's so fun. Um, but I have made some friends in that community, and they were doing a Halloween thing, and one of them wanted to do a collab, and so we did. And so I dressed as a little jack-o'-lantern inspired gown on my Minecraft character, and that's posted to my Instagram. It'll be my drag name is Tess the Coil. That's Tess. Last name Lecoyle, Lecoyle. And that's on Instagram. You can find it over there. I should have posted it to Twitter as well, but I don't really care to do that. I'll do that whenever I actually make more. But yeah, that's on my Instagram over there. Test the Quail. I just did a little jack-o'-lantern. They were a jester clown, like two-headed jester thing. I don't know. They're way better at doing all like because I by no means am an artist. Guys, my monitor just turned off. Oh, okay. It's good. I by no means am an artist. I have no sort of like formal drawing background. I don't understand like really the concepts of shadings and highlights and line art and all that. My art background goes as far as Canva and or Minecraft skins. That's my two forms of art. Like in that kind of realm of art or like medium of art. That's as far as my like drawing kind of goes. So I'm definitely not as my stuff. I have been creating Minecraft skins for a very long time though, like since 2016. I want to say I've been in them, like I've made Minecraft skins and faffed around and done things with that. But these girls are doing crazy fucking shit with their Minecraft, with their drag. Like, they're getting that, like, the extra geometry done on their stuff, because, typically a Minecraft skin is just, like, a little, like, cross, like, kind of flat cross shape thing. But they get all this extra geometry and stuff added onto it, and they get, like, Blender renders and stuff like that. It's really crazy, but it's also really cool. And I do not perform at the level that they perform at all. And my skins look very much made by the creators of like Minecraft rather than how they do it, because they do insane shading. Their characters in art and stuff look in like absolutely like just it almost doesn't even look Minecraft sometimes with what these girls do or boys, because there is dragon kings within the Minecraft community and drag creatures. So the they do like crazy things, like a couple of my favorites are like choose. I mean, Evanoff Matthews is a good one. I have to pull up my Instagram to like really like tell you more about my faves, but just know they're insane. And if you really wanna know about it, you can go on Instagram, look up hashtag Minecraft Drag. I haven't really looked it up on Twitter, so I'm not sure exactly how active the community is on Twitter over there, but Instagram for sure they're active on. And if you're really that curious, you can also just Google like Minecraft Drag, and you can find all sorts of like channels, like YouTube channels, Reddit threads. I'm sure like there's probably like hella stuff everywhere that you can find, because it's a lot bigger of a community than I thought it was too. Because a lot of people come from the like digital art scene to the Minecraft drag scene. So, because there's like paper drag, and paper drag kind of goes hand in hand with Minecraft drag, because you can kind of translate it pretty simply, pretty easily. And so that's where a lot of them come from, I think, too. So they do both paper and Minecraft drag. Well, we say paper, but it's digital art. But I'm sure they're just as talented on paper as well as much as they are on the the digital art platforms and whatnot, mediums. So I don't know, they're crazy. But yeah, we did a collab. I dressed as a little jack-o'-lantern girl. They did an insane like two-headed jester moment. It's pretty cool. Um, if any Minecraft drag people are listening to this at any point, hit me up. Hit me up. I'm down to do collabs. I have a couple of concepts written down for some Minecraft drag outfits that I want to do. But maybe I'll save them because maybe one day y'all, if you've been a fan of me for a minute, or I say fan, but if you've been a part of my community for a minute, you know that I do, Tesla Coil Community Circuits, which is, which is AI controlled kind of drag race or like elimination competition tournament type things. But I also have been doing, I just did Crown Jewel, which was a Roblox drag competition in this kind of similar style of like Drag Race and Dragula and Project Runway and stuff like that. Kind of similar style to that. But on Roblox Dress to Impress. Who knows? Maybe a season of Crown Jewel will go from Roblox Dress to Impress, and maybe we'll make it a Minecraft drag competition. I'm not saying that's going to happen anytime soon because there's a lot that they have to put in, because I don't know how to get the 3D put into the game. I don't know how to get 3D shit put into that game. I don't know how to get super high detailed skins into the game. I don't know how to do all that. So that's a big maybe, but it would be so fun. So maybe I'll even just keep some of the themes I have for Crown Jewel on Roblox. Who knows? Who knows what I might do with my ideas. Yeah, I have a couple ideas or a couple of concepts that I want to execute, that I've written down. So yeah, let's see about that. Let's see what I do with that. If I decide to do another collab or anything like that. Yeah, but that's kind of my Minecraft drag spiel. I don't know. They're kind of sickening. Should definitely go check it out. Definitely look it up. Follow some people. They're just as much artists as they are, or they're just as much artists as like IRL drag creators or IRL artists that you follow. They're just as much artists as the rest of them. So they're definitely worth supporting and giving a follow. The person that I collaborated with for the Halloween grab was Chandelure. I don't know if they have go with a last name. I don't know if I know they're like part of like the Valentine estate dynasty house moment, which is Lacey Valentine, I believe, is the mother of that, unless she has a drag mother that I'm unaware of. But Lacey Valentine is the kind of mother of that, which I love Lacey. She's so kind. But Chandelure is the one who I did the collab with, and they are a drag king, I think they're a drag king. If not, they're a drag non-binary. I don't know what they're. I know that they don't. I know that they don't say drag queen. I know that much. I just don't know if they're a king or a creature or a drag non-conformist. Whatever, drag encompasses all. So it's totally up to them to be whatever they want to be, and that's totally okay with whatever. So yeah, go follow them. Like I said, I just shouted a couple: Lazy Valentine, Chandelure, Ebanoff Matthews. Maybe I'll put them in the description if you really want to check them out. I'll put like a link to their Instagrams in the description. Maybe. If I remember to do that, then they'll be there. If I don't remember to do that, then they won't be there, and you'll know that I forgot. So we'll see about that. Love them. If any of y'all are watching that, love y'all. Y'all are so kind. Thank you all for being so nice to me. So, in the kind of vein of like the Minecraft drag race and stuff like that I was talking about, I love reality TV shows like that. I love like obviously Drag Race is like my number one. I love watching Drag Race. I think it's so fun. I think I appreciate all the art and all the girls going up there. Dragula I've been getting into more recently. I binge watched all 5 seasons that were out in like 2 weeks, and have been watching and keeping up with season 6 that's airing right now. Also, Drag Race UK season 6 is absolutely a masterpiece. The queens on there are so so engaging and so compelling to watch and so fun to watch. So I'm really enjoying Drag Race UK right now. I can't wait for regular Drag Race season 17. Super excited for that. I remember seeing like rumored cast or like cast leaks or whatever like a couple months ago. Don't remember exactly who was on there. So it's always like that's what I say. I always like see like leaks or spoilers or something, and I'm like I'm not gonna remember that by the time it comes out. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna remember that because I don't like if I don't already follow them beforehand because I follow a decent amount of drag queens and stuff across socials, and so I feel like if I don't already follow them and I see their name on the list, it's like obviously they deserve the follow, but part of me doesn't want to follow. That way I don't remember that they were on the list of leaks. That way I can keep kind of the same headspace across all of them. There are a couple exceptions. I did see like for season 16, I saw Dawn and Nymphia on like a list, and I ended up following them beforehand. But that's just because they were like actually sickening, so like fully sickening. Not to say that anybody else isn't sickening, but I just like couldn't help but follow them because they're just so cool. So I followed them beforehand, and I knew that they were going to be on the season. So whenever they got announced, I was like, period. Um, However, howsoever, other shows like Survivor, obviously Project Runway. I used to love Project Runway. I low-key need to get back into that. I need to like find where to watch it because I would love to get back into that. I need to watch Next Top Model, America's Next Top Model. I've never seen, and I've only seen like the clips and like meme videos from it. I've never actually watched the like a season or like a full episode that I can remember. So I need to do that. I need to find out where to watch that because that's like that was like the show. Obviously, like Big Brother and Survivor have been going on for like much longer than like a lot of those shows, and obviously Top Model doesn't go on anymore. Um, but I think that but I just love reality TV like that. Like even like non-competitive reality TV shows like Total Divas. Well, yeah, I was gonna listen to that one, but the other one was I was gonna say House of Villains, but House of Villains is a competition, I believe. Like they do eliminate each other. I haven't watched a full season yet of that either, but I actually want to get into it because Candy Muse is on this season. Tiffany Pollard's on both seasons, so I need to get into that. I used to get into like Total Divas, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, all sorts of like Jersey Shore. Like there's so many like reality TV shows that like reality TV is literally like the foundation of my life. Which I know is I'm not like a special person because of that because I know like a lot of people, especially queer people, love reality TV because it's just so, like camp. Like it's reality TV is the definition of camp. It's over the top. They're acting crazy. It's like even if it is or feels scripted, it's still like supposed to be like representative of who that person is. I don't know. It's just so like interesting and fun. And for shows like Total Divas, where it kind of shows you like behind the scenes or like what they're like outside of their characters, because WWE is character based. And I feel like in this day and age, a lot of people don't give WWE like the time of day because everybody's chalked it up to be like, oh, it's fake and stuff like that. Which, yeah, no shit, no shit. They're not punching each other in the face every like 5 seconds. I mean, they're throwing each other off from like heights and stuff like that, which obviously doesn't feel good. Obviously, their body's going to be put on the line. Obviously, when you're running around back and forth, basically, I heard someone equate it to just playing tag. Kids get injured playing tag all the time. Watch that. Watch your kids running around in circles in a yard playing tag and see if one of them doesn't fall over and sprain an ankle or break an elbow. Yeah, physical any sort of physical exertion is going to equate in a possible there's a risk of injury. So it's like a lot of people I feel like a lot of people don't give WWE the time, and some people would even consider it like cringy or like weird to like kind of get into. And not that I get super into it. I do enjoy watching the women's division because I just love the women. I think that they are like beautiful representations. And I think that they're just like, I don't know, it's just like such a feminist like movement to like see like the women in WWE. Like I don't know, I just really love everything that they stand for and they do. Obviously, some of them outside of their characters and stuff are, and even in their characters, sometimes can be um, a little bit distasteful. And out of their characters, obviously, some are just straight up problematic. Lacey Evans talking about you, transphobic bitch. Anyway, um, some of them are just out of their characters, or some in and out of characters. Obviously, they have the bad guys, the villains, but gays love villains as well. So I don't know. I just anyway, Total Divas was such a good show that they had going for being able to see the WBE women like behind the scenes and stuff, and they started out with just like the divas, the wrestlers back when they were in the divas era, and then as the season kind of go on, they brought in like Renee Young, who was like just like a backstage like interviewer, and they brought in like I don't remember who else they brought in, but they kind of went back and forth with like all sorts of different people, and it was just so interesting to see like the kind of journeys that the crew would put them on, because obviously the crew is they have a hand in making sure that it's interesting to watch at least, and obviously sometimes the cast has their own ideas on like what they want it to do and stuff like that. Like I'm sure that not every single trip that they took was planned by themselves. Like I'm sure there were certain trips or like plans that were proposed by the crew to make sure that there was like some sort of story for an episode, like the bus, the like tour bus thing that like they had Brie Bella like say that she like was like renting out and wanted like everybody to come along on it. I feel like that wasn't her idea. I feel like something seems a little bit influenced around here. But I just think that the whole process of making like reality TV is so camp. Like there's an episode of Total Divas, which I get a lot of quotes from Total Divas and stuff, and obviously Drag Race and all sorts of reality TV, but I get a lot of quotes from Total Divas. There's an episode where Natty is going to breakfast with her husband TJ and her mother-in-law, her husband's mom. Um, and they're like walking, and it's kind of rainy outside, and it's like the morning and stuff, and they're walking in. Because Natty doesn't necessarily get along with the mother-in-law or whatever. She wanted, I think, not that they don't get along, but I think at this point she wanted to spend like alone time with TJ. But he like invited his mom to like go to Brent or breakfast or whatever. And so um they're like walking in the door, and it's like rainy, like it's a little rainy and stuff. Natty goes, "What a like horrible day." And that shit cracks me up. What a like horrible day. Let me see if I can find it. And like I'll insert like a little clip right here. I'm pretty sure I sent it somewhere before a couple days, because I'm pretty sure I found it like recently. I just have to look through my messages somewhere, because I'm pretty sure I sent it to someone. But what a like horrible day. Hold on, I think I might actually put my phone. Oh no, it wasn't on my phone, because you can't screen record on your phone on Peacock, which is where I watch it. So okay, here it is. It's gonna be probably kind of quiet a little bit. So, but
what a horrible like what day.
What a horrible like day. There's that one that I quote a lot, and then I don't know. I also just send a lot of like I'll see clips on Twitter of like matches and stuff, that like previous matches, new matches, stuff like that. And I'll just like take some of the clips, and I'll just when my friends like like say something to me, or like if I'm just like bored, I'll just like send them like one of the like I'll literally it's like it can be like a 3 second clip of just someone getting kicked in the face, and I'll send it to them. Like there's this one of there's this one of I think it's Becky Lynch and Asuka, and Asuka's like she like kicks her in the face. She does like two spinning back fists, and then and then she like does like a German suplex to her. And the entire time the crowd's like, oh, oh, and the commentators are like, oh my god, oh my god. It's just my friends will say something like mean or like be like weird or like shady. And so I'll just be like, bitch, I'll send that video. Like it's just so stupid. Like I think that the like WWE like clips like kind of almost out of context is so funny to me. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. I think part of the reason I love reality TV competition specifically though is like I don't know, just like even though it's always like, kind of upsetting to see people go home, it's like that's like the fun of it. At the same time, it's like seeing like people be taken down one by one or taken out one by one rather. It's just like so like and it's like so investing. Like you get so invested in being like, oh, who's gonna make it through the next week? Who's gonna make it through the next week? And like you see, obviously, you get to see a whole bunch of different like magnificent like art pieces, and you get to see different interpretations of themes, and or in other cases like Survivor and Big Brother, you just get to see who like has like the greatest like skill sets. You get to see people who are like skilled in many different ways of like physical challenges, and it's just like it's just so like interesting to see like even if you do see someone that like has like a pretty wide skill set or has like such a creative and like talented way of doing things, you can see them slip up once and just like, go. Like they can get gone. Like they could be like the person that you had picked to win, and they just slip up that one time. And they're like pretty much the favorite to like win and go far, but like they slip up that one time and it's enough to just kick them out. And I think that's it's just like stuff like that where it's like I guess that's kind of like the unexpected or like the possibility of any sort of like unexpectedness is just so like obviously thrilling, and it keeps you wanting to come back. And obviously for different shows it's like the kind of community surrounded by them, and the messages within the shows like in Drag Race obviously it's a learn to accept like or like a beacon of acceptance of queer culture and making our space in spaces that typically don't hold queer culture, and breaking through that kind of that wall that our world has set up against us. And it's so there's obviously different connections to different shows, like obviously Survivor and Big Brother may not have the biggest impact like that, where it's not always going to be like a beacon of acceptance and opening. Like some obviously they're more betrayal and trust and stuff like that. That's kind of more of their morals. But with Drag Race, at least the main seasons, there's no like there's no you get betrayal and trust, but that's not a main theme. The main theme is you're seeing queer art, and you're seeing beautiful minds put into a pressure cooker where they're given 2 days basically each, not even 2 days to do full skits and music songs and outfits and all makeovers and all sorts of stuff like that within like such a short time. You could see them like put into like this pressure cooker, and you could just see like how everybody reacts, and all the feuds and relationships and stuff like that form. And it's just so like it feels like it's crazy to think that like so much of that can happen in such a little amount of time, because like realistically the filming periods are like not that long on like reality shows like that. Like well, other than Big Brother, I'm pretty sure like they do like live feeds and stuff like that or something like that. I don't know. I've never really watched Big Brother. I was definitely more of a Survivor, Drag Race, Project Runway girl. So like when they're filming those kinds of shows, like the time frame for them, especially Drag Race, is like a month, maybe 2 months. And so to see like all of that happening within that span, it's like it feels like you've been, there for like half a year, but it's literally only been like 2 or 3 weeks. It's just so crazy, like the movie magic behind the scenes. It's just crazy to think about and so interesting. And I think I only think about that type of stuff not only because I am a queer person, but also being a theater kid. I think that being like, backstage, like helping with directing or being a stagehand and helping with like lighting and stuff like that, I think that it causes me to think about that kind of stuff. Like, oh, this is how they did that behind the scenes, or oh, they're pushing this narrative and stuff like that. And also being so familiar, like watching the show so much and like being so familiar with like the trends and the patterns that they do throughout the seasons, you start picking up, you're like, oh, they're gonna set her up for this one. Oh, they're gonna set up that girl for this. Oh, they're gonna set up that queen for like a fight with this other queen. Like, you kind of recognize those patterns and stuff and you see them coming. And it's just so interesting to see how they kind of repeat the same things in like new ways. And I think I only think about that kind of stuff because I'm not only associated with like the content for so long and so like fiercely, but just because I have like the background in the theater, if you will. And even though theater and film can be quite different, they do go hand in hand to an extent. So I think that's why I consider all that when looking at it and watching it. But I don't really have much else written down. I definitely need to start writing more topics down, even if they're like I don't think they're gonna be much to talk about. I need to write more topics down for future episodes. That way I can make sure that I have enough because I had so many written down before, and then I talked about them all within the first 3 episodes. And I was like, I thought I was doing so good because I had like, talked about I didn't finish my list of topics in one episode, but I guess I definitely need to be writing more down and thinking more, even if I don't think they're gonna be that interesting or anything. Maybe I need to write them down anyway. So, so yeah, this is probably gonna be one of the shorter episodes, I fear. But next week's episode will be much longer, hopefully. If I write down more topics, I'm thinking I have a couple ideas for what I can do. I have written down some other things, but the other things I have written down are definitely too long for to finish off this episode here. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Thank you guys for listening to the Eternal Audio Diary. If you want to follow me on other platforms, you can go ahead and search me on any platform you wish. But I may or may not be there. It's ETERNALLYSTEVIE. Eternally Stevie. Like I said, search me on any platform. But I might not be on them. So feel free. You can like mentioned earlier, you can also follow my drag kind of accounts. It's Tesla Coil. Be sure to look out for Crown Jewel. Like I said, airing December 16th. We are a little bit over a month away from the first episode of Crown Jewel airing. So keep your eye out for that. Go subscribe to that channel. If you have any topics that you'd like to see me, talk about or research or discuss, make sure to leave a comment on the YouTube, and I might read it, or I might look into it. I need to get into more things to also talk about actively as well. I was thinking of picking up some books. I do have some books in my closet that I have read before, but I could read them again and report back. Also, pretty sure I have some scripts somewhere that I could also get into that as well. I used to read scripts all the time as well. So I could also get into reading the scripts and stuff again as well. We could get into that tea. Who knows? All right. Like I said, that's all I have.